Hello, everybody, and welcome to another live stream here. We are at the beginning of a new week. And you know, it's a crazy week when I'm seeing in the chat 10K gold. That's how you know the current times that we're in the markets at the moment. So, hello to everybody, and welcome back to another live stream. This is our weekly preview stream. So, today we're going to be breaking down the madness that's been happening over the weekend. The big gap in gold, of course, is the main talking point. You know, why that's happened, what's next, where's it going next. I mean, the silver chart as well looks like a meme coin at the moment. If you have a look at the daily chart, what else can you say? It's crazy times indeed, and we'll talk a little bit about that. We have also got a massively important week coming up with the Federal Reserve interest rate decision on Wednesday, and big mega tech earnings that are out. His earnings last week were positive, and even more volatility than we got last week in the stock market with the earnings season, earnings reports that are out as well. So very much looking forward to this week. And to be honest, I'm looking forward to seeing the back of January. I know there's been volatility, and volatility creates opportunity for my strategies in particular. Overall, it's been a down month, and that's okay. That's completely normal. Over the course of the year, probably maybe 5 or 6 months of the year might be down, you know, on terms of like its actual performance of the strategies. But we know I rely on my backtested results, and we'll see how we get on for February. I mean, we've still got a few days left of January anyway, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we can turn it around. So hello to everyone in the chat as always. Good to see some familiar faces. I'll just spend some time now and go through everyone who's decided to join me. We've got VR Gopi on the stream. Kenzie on the stream as well. Hello to you. Gold is aiming for 10K this year. That's a huge call. I doubt it, but there we go. It's good to have ambitions, right? Combat, hello to you. Yes, to enter the giveaway for today, make sure you check the description. You do not need to comment win anymore. I've changed that, so we don't need to have any spamming of the word win. Check the description for the rules, but essentially it's very simple. By joining the stream and engaging in the stream and watching it till the end, and being a subscriber to the YouTube channel, that will put you and that will give you the chance to win double the chance to win, sorry, not double the prizes. The bot will automatically put you as a double chance candidate, so that's fine. That's nice and easy for us going forward. All the winners are credited within 48 hours. Who else have we got on the stream? Willy K3P, hello to you, good to see you. I'm just waiting for a pullback before the continuation to the upside. I think we're all waiting for the pullback, to be honest with you. The gap that I marked last week is nowhere near it. But yeah, this market could fall very quickly as well. Just remember that. Kaylin, hello to you. Good to see you. Here we are indeed. Hope you're doing well. Can I share my thoughts why gold cannot go to more than 10K USD? It can, but I doubt it will this year. It's double what it is now. Azad, hello to you. I'm watching the live streams constantly, but I can't win an account. It's random. Keep joining the live streams, keep engaging. I'm sure the bot will give you a chance to win at some point. Okay. Who else we got on the stream? Smile Danny, hello to you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Sad Hack, I hope you're doing well as well. Good evening to you, Trader CK24. And I hope everything is good on your side, and I hope everyone had a good weekend. This session will be interesting. Hello to you, Sada. Good to see you. Yes, it will. There's lots to talk about this week for sure. And just to let you know, just a quick heads up. Of course, it's a special event on Wednesday. So I'm going to be covering the FOMC interest rate decision live. And I'm going to be covering the press conference from Jerome Powell that follows, a bit like we did with Trump last week. So we should be able to get some good information from that. So I'm not going to go into too much detail today on the Federal Reserve decision, because I'd rather save it for the actual event itself. And of course, with it being a special event, that means $100,000 in giveaway prizes on Atmos funded challenges, which is fantastic as well. My day is going very well, thank you. It's Monday, it's a new week, which means the markets are open. It's always a good day. Not for any other people on a Monday. Everyone else hates Mondays. But it's good for us traders, right? Who else have we got on the stream? Dev Mikos, hello to you. Always active. Yes, I realise that. My niece called me, invite me for dinner though. What do I do now? Well, you stay on the stream. You got your phone, haven't you? Put me on the stream in the background. Just put one AirPod in. You'll be fine. Who else have we got? Forex MS. Hello to you, Jeanette. Good to see you as well. Curtin, good to see you as always, my friend. Hope you're doing well. More events coming up. Yes, indeed. Combat Center. Hello. I heard the USA government will shut down in 5 days. I don't. Yes. I believe that is true. Trump tweeted that, didn't he? US government shutdown. So we'll see if that actually does happen. But from what I've heard, it is going to happen. I don't think it's going to change too much, to be honest. We've had that before. So who else have we got? Fake Panda 12. Hello to you. Good to see you. Loads of people on the stream. Sorry if I've missed you guys, but I'm already miles behind. So I'm scrolling to the most recent ones. My thoughts on FOMC, I will do that. Parak 786. I'm with my roommate. We watch your live stream every day, and even the live stream rank we kept at the top for about your last stream, but we couldn't win any accounts. That makes me doubtful about your giveaway. I promise you it's random. Okay. Sad is on my stream at 3 a.m. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And hello to everybody else. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's just get started with what we've got coming up this week. Let's start off first of all with, I think the elephant in the room, shall we say, which is obviously the Federal Reserve interest rate decision. That's coming up on Wednesday. We are expecting interest rates to stay where they are at the level they are, so unchanged. That's not really what's going to cause the volatility, though. What's going to cause the volatility is how long we're going to have interest rates at that level for. Now, a great tool for using this, and this article points it out perfectly, is, we're expected to stay where they are, but how long is the real question. Now, if you look at the CME FedWatch tool, right, you can see that for January, which is the decision coming on in 2 days' time on Wednesday, it's a 97% chance that we're going to have interest rates where they are. So you can pretty much say it's already priced into the markets. And when you scroll through to March, right, you can see 84% that we're going to keep rates where they are in March as well. As you go into April, 71% that rates will still be where they are today. And then it's only when we get into June that we start to see a bit more of a 50-50 split in terms of... So at the moment, the markets are pricing in an interest rate cut in June. Why is this important news? Well, important information for us. Well, when we assess the decision on Wednesday, should Jerome Powell come out and say anything that would hint that that interest rate might come sooner, or there might be more interest rates coming, then that can give us trading opportunities in the US dollar. That can give us trading opportunities in gold, because currently the markets haven't priced that in. So the repricing of the markets in alignment with with Jerome Powell's speech will give us opportunities for short dollar, long gold. If Powell comes out and sort of, I would say is fairly hawkish. Let me just move my mic, move me a little bit here. If Powell comes out and he's slightly more hawkish, i.e. he confirms those expectations, or even says, we're going to be on hold on interest rates, not says this, but hints that they're going to be on hold on interest rates for a majority of the year, longer than June, then we'll start to price out interest rates even further. That could see a spike in the US dollar, and that could see a fall in gold. Speaking of gold, today we surpassed $5,000 per ounce for the first time. Amid many reasons, global uncertainties is definitely one of them. I think the main one that was for today was the weaker dollar story. Flows out of dollar. This isn't... I'm seeing things online, people saying that this is the end of the US dollar. It's not. It's just a weakening of the currency. It's very natural in the sort of environment that we're in at the moment, with the Federal Reserve shifting to cutting interest rates and bringing them down. And also, of course, you have got the fact that there is a slight credibility issue with the nature of Donald Trump. And I think investors are put off by that. And that means we're seeing flows out of the US dollar, which means we're seeing a weakening in the dollar, more strength in euro dollar, more strength in pound dollar. So that should be interesting. And more importantly, more strength in this gold market, which continues to surge to the upside. That's a quick run through. Let me just quickly look at some of the chat now. Yes, I'm going to do some trade breakdowns. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to try and give you a gold trade idea if I can. Monday's always a great day of trading. It says accident act. Yes, I agree with that. Uzar says that the US 100 and US 500 may be crashed for 2 days and gold and silver will be in a range until FOMC. I think that's a fair comment. We've seen a big gap higher and obviously a big move. We're up 2% on the day on gold, but we're also up nearly 7% on silver, which, as you said, when you actually look at that, that's what it looks like a meme coin on a cryptocurrency. You know what I mean? So gold, we are talking silver as well. We're talking about in general, okay? And both of them are crazy big. Anyway, when it comes to gold, did you notice something that happened silver? Did you notice something that happened last week? I don't know if anyone was tuned into the stream. If you wasn't, you missed out on a fantastic trading opportunity. Look what happened on silver. I'm showing you on the chart right now. Filled the fair value gap on Wednesday. Down to that 90.5. Pretty much filled the majority of the gap. And then boom. Look at that. Let's just say, for example, I know it's hindsight, but I did mark this out before it happened. Let's just say, for example, you took a trade at the 50%, which is a valid entry point. You would have made a lot, depending on your account size, of course. But in terms of percentages, a 1% risk on the trade. I know it's hindsight, you maybe wouldn't have held it for this long, but 12.5 to 1 risk reward. There will be opportunities coming in these markets. As I've said before, I'm not seeing anything fundamental, which is going to cause, at the moment in this current environment, which is going to make this stop. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of tensions going on between different nations. We've got tariffs. We've got weaker dollar. We've got the Fed cutting. It's a perfect storm for more precious metal upside. But the big risk is that we see some institutional profit taking, or just profit taking in general. And when you have a market which is so overextended to the upside or the downside, when we get profit taking in an overextended market, you see sharp, sudden moves. Yeah. So I'm on high alert right now. Current situation, in which what we might see on the hourly time frames, for example, in the lead up to FOMC on Wednesday, is that this market might range a little bit. So I would personally stay out of it, and I wouldn't be trying to catch a trade on FOMO. If a trade pulls back into an area that you like, go for it. As always, follow your strategy and follow your rules. The number one example being, if I go on my, I don't know if it's still on, is it? It might not be on. No, it's not on anymore. My bot executed a gold long today. Did I like it? My opinion on it wasn't great, but my opinion's irrelevant. I have a set of rules that I follow. They're mechanical, and I let the strategy play out no matter what. Okay, and it was a losing trade. And if I had to say before that trade was placed, I didn't really want to be in a long position on gold in this situation because we'd already gapped up 2%. But that's just the nature of it. I'll never interfere with what my strategies are doing on the EA side. Dennis, hello to you. Good to see you. A lot of people saying that the US market is going to crash. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. Sack, I trade both, to be honest. What I've always said is if you've got the capital to invest into a personal trading account with a broker, do that. Yeah. However, if you haven't got that capital, right, then I would use prop firms to generate that capital. Does that make sense? Right? Obviously, because it's a lower barrier to entry. You can buy a $100K account for $500. Obviously, you've got to follow the rules and stuff like that. So you do want to free yourself from rules, right? Like if you look at my strategies, for an example, one of them has a max drawdown of 27% over the last 5 years. So at some point, that strategy would have lost 27%. Now, if I was trading on a personal, I could have absorbed that loss and let the strategy continue higher, which it did after hitting the 27% mark. But on a prop firm, I'd have had to repurchase challenges and go through the challenge phases again, if that makes sense. Or if you go instant funding, you've got even stricter rules. Manoj, hello to you. Good to see you. How was your weekend? My weekend was very, very good. Another win for Chelsea. I know there's a few Man United fans in here. I know you had a big win on yesterday as well. And yes, I know you're above us in the league at the moment. Anyone else getting my voice cutting out? Hello. My voice seemed fine to me, but what's my opinion on gold by the end of the year? Let's go back to the charts. Let's have a look at gold, which is currently retracing from the highs of the day. Not surprising. Most of the move maybe have already happened for today, to be honest with you. It's probably more likely to pull back today than it is go further, but I wouldn't sell it. I'd never sell it. By the end of the year, well, let's just say this. Let's put something into perspective. From the first week of January to now, bearing in mind we're not even in February yet, so 3 and a bit weeks of trading, gold has increased 16%. I know it's unlikely, but I just want to put this into perspective. If gold was to do that 12 times over, roughly, 192%, if I draw 192% on my chart, I'm still going, by the way, 192%. That would mean that gold, at the current rate, would end the year on $12,800 per ounce. Very unlikely, to be honest with you. So I know it's an obvious. I am expecting consolidation, and I am expecting potentially even a sharp pullback in gold. Now, this is where you have to think smartly as a trader, in the sense that you have to say to yourself, if I try and sell gold now, am I just calling the top? What basis have I got? We know the stochastics are going to be in overbought conditions, blah, 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 but the fundamentals don't care about that. So I always think if you're just selling gold, if you're trying to sell gold now, you're just sort of desperate to get in a trade and you're just acting off of like, well, it's gone so high, it must come back. That is true, but the timing of it and realistically trying to get that position timing correct is so rare that you're very unlikely or it's pretty much impossible to consistently call the top or the bottom of a strong trending market. So what's best is to let the consolidation happen, even if it happens over a few weeks. Let the pullback happen. Let some sharp profit taking. Watch out for those fair value gaps like you saw on silver, and then act. And if it doesn't fill those areas or doesn't hit those areas, then don't trade it. Trade another market. There's plenty of other opportunities coming up in other markets as well. So my prediction isn't that it's going to be 12,000 by the end of the year, but it would be at the current rate. But I could definitely see at some point this year it potentially hitting 6,000. So for gold, in terms of actual trading opportunities, we have got the fair value gap still from last week that hasn't been tested. That's down at 4,600. Seems a mile away, I know, but this can move quickly. If you want to trade more aggressively, we have got the fair value gap from over the weekend, which I'm sure some people have got their eyes on, which is here. And that's at 5,000. Okay. Do you know the 50% of the fair value gap on gold from over the weekend is pretty much exactly 5,000? Is that a coincidence? I don't care. That's a fantastic support area. That's the only area in which that I would look to personally buy gold from 5,000. You've obviously got the psychological, that was previously resistance. Everyone said we were going to crash from 5,000. We didn't even break a sweat breaking through it. So if we test 5,000 now, which is the 50% of the fair value gap, I think that's as good opportunity as you can get in the short term. And the longer term, trade for me would be, if we break down below that, it's more of a difficult one, to be honest with you. I can't see any clear order blocks. But I can see the fair value gap down at 4,600. So I'd love to see this pullback to give us a new opportunity for sure. I will take a look at Bitcoin as well. We called that perfectly last week. Money Game, hello to you. What is my go-to pairs other than the precious metals? Very, very simple, really. In terms of like manual trading, I am trying to develop a smart money concepts automated system. I'm trying to automate everything I do. It's with my job and content creation and stuff. So I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to create an SMC or ICT bot, which would probably run on maybe on Forex. So at the moment, to answer your question, I trade obviously gold, precious metals. I trade the DAX. There was a trade on the DAX today which did hit 1-to-1 risk reward. My stop loss was moved to break even as it always does on that system. And you can see, well, you can't see because I'm not showing you, but it was tagged out at break even. So the DAX is another one that I trade, the German stock index. And then obviously my more manual style of trading would be on dollar majors because I do a lot of fundamental analysis on that. And then also the S&P 500 is another strategy that I've got. Combat, can we check your zones on gold? Yes, I've just showed you my zone on gold. Dollar yen is definitely one that we should take a look at. If you haven't seen dollar yen today, I'd recommend checking it out immediately because we fell sharply today. This is the sort of thing that you might see in gold. You see where like you see this market which is just clearly, overextending to the upside. When you do get that profit taken, you can see really sharp drops very, very quickly indeed. I think dollar yen could be opening up for a good buy the dip opportunity. I know the Fed, I know the Bank of Japan are going through changes in their government and their system and their strategy in terms of interest rates, and they're shifting and they're potentially hiking interest rates. However, the yen still remains a weaker currency, really, because interest rates are still low relative. So the policy in which they use in Japan is still accommodative. They still pump money in more than take money out. So it still remains for me a market which, this is a good potential dip to buy. Where do we get it from, people? It's a good question. Where is the dip opportunity? Because obviously it has fallen quite sharply. I still have my zone down here. That's down at 148. That would be my real discounted area to buy from. But obviously that would need to fall like double from where it is now. Took that liquidity there. I think that's screaming out to me, guys. It could go from here, to be honest, but I'd need to see the structure form first. So what might be better, because you can see the gap in here from over the weekend, as always. Started there. So it might come up and fill this gap. If you're looking for scalp opportunities, up at 155.5. On the lower time frames, have we got any breaks of structure that can confirm this? Not really. We did take the liquidity though, this low. It's definitely more of a scalp, but we've had some mini breaks of structure here. This is the main structure high that I'd like to see broken, to be honest with you. So probably something like this. Here, and then up. If you want to wait for this, this is some analysis that you get on the streams that I don't really post on Discord too much. This is our area of demand from when the reversal started. We've got a liquidity sweep on the bottom. This is scalp. So higher risk. This would be a 0.5% liquidity there. We've had the liquidity sweep already, which is there. I want to see a break of this structure high. And then I want to see a pullback into this demand zone. and then I want to see that move up to fill the gap, and I probably have 155.5 as my take profit area. Oh, my voice is cracking. Sorry about that, people. I don't know why. Everything seems to be working fine on my side. Maybe there's a wire loose or something. Um, Anyone else getting that problem? Kurtzon, I haven't spoken about the Nasdaq yet. I'm going to move on to that in just a second. Oh, apologies. No idea why it's cracking, but oh well. Uh, it it's not me. I don't know if it's me or someone else, but there we go. Technology. Yeah, there's a lot of things running in the background here. It's not just as simple as pressing the live button and going live. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. Thank you for the nice comment there, Matthew, about my eyes. That's funny. I'm reading the comments, guys. By the way, I'm reading the comments. I need an account. You might win one. Last week, my EA performed very well. I'd like to know, good to know that you're tracking the performance of it. It wasn't that good. I had a couple of good ones on gold, to be fair. The S&P 500 one was getting hammered last week, and the DAX didn't really. In fact, the DAX EA was had a really bad Thursday and Friday. It's quite rare, fairly rare, that it has a -2% day, but it had two -2% days in a row on Thursday and Friday, which is I was about to say frustrating, but I don't really care. To be honest, I don't have any emotion towards it, which is how you should be. Eurodollar, yeah, I'll take a look at that. I haven't analysed EU yet. Where are you from, Connor? Which city are you staying in the UK? I don't live in the UK. I live in Dubai. I know it doesn't look like it. Oh, actually, no, you can see the Burj Khalifa behind me. Shivam loves me. I love you too, mate. Shout out to the traders balancing their day job with the charts. Yeah, for sure. That's very difficult. Um, you're going to find this really hard to believe, but when I got this job a year and a half ago, I had to start developing systems around my strategies because there was just no way in which I could, execute the strategy to its full potential manually whilst doing this job. Because there's a lot of camera work, so I'm not like live on the charts at the time necessarily, unless I'm live streaming. So that's why I developed those systems, even though my job is to be an analyst. Believe it or not, I'm not paid to sit in the office to just trade all day. But yeah, so I had to develop those systems, and maybe some people are in that situation as well. I'm hoping to actually develop a service for that. I'm looking to develop a service where I think I said this before in a previous stream, if you've not seen, but where you come to me and my partner, tell us, well, you give us your strategy that you want back testing up and give you the results in a clear way to understand, and everything we can, 2,000 trades of data and all that sort of stuff. And then you decide based on the results you'll have two situations. One is that the strategy's rubbish and I want to ditch it, which is good information to have. It's worth paying for. It's be cheaper to pay for the results of a losing strategy than executing a losing strategy in the market, right? Or you like the results and you want to develop that into an automated system, which we'd be able to do for you as well as part of the service. If anyone's interested in that, give me a thumbs up in the chat section. It might be something that we can bring to the table when my mentorship is launched, which is very soon. Give me a thumbs up on that if people would be interested in that or not. Maybe not. How many accounts did I blow before becoming a profitable trader? Loads. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I didn't. Loads. Loads of accounts that I blew before I became profitable. It's part of the process for most people. A lot of people don't get success straight away. It normally costs to be successful especially in this game. So, that's why it's very difficult. But in order to become a successful trader, which is one of the questions that are in the chat section, is that honestly, that if I could go back, I would have told myself that get your data on your system first, because that will help with your psychology. Because I was always second guessing myself and becoming emotional over trades because I was always so opinionated on it, right? Like today, when that gold trade placed, I didn't like it. I didn't really like it because of the reasons that I said. Gold had gone up, blah, 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 and gold got up 2%, and, it's gapping higher, and it's historical level highs and all this sort of stuff, and I bought it. And my stop loss was at the bottom of the range. But I've learned to trust the system and trust the edge that I have, because there's also times where I would have an opinion on something, whereas like I don't like that trade, even though it fits my rules. Why don't I like it? Because Connor Wood said so. Well, who am I in comparison to the market? So if I could go back, I would tell myself to get the data on my system first and test it, forward test it on like demo accounts or whatever for like 3 to 6 months, and then deploy. But there is also truth in losing the accounts and feeling that feeling the pain of that loss. That does help, actually, funnily enough, when you become successful, because you have like battle scars, should we say. So there is that side to it as well. But yeah, that would be my advice. Hopefully that answers your questions on the psychology and risk management as well. Yes, I do use a virtual private server for my connection. Hey, what? Oh, no, sorry. I read that question completely wrong. Do I use VWAP for my Confluence? No, I don't. Thank you for the thumbs up as well. I appreciate that. Depends on the price. Of course. Matthew Shane, I have an emotional problem. I lost 3 of my accounts in Atmos. How do you manage emotion when you're trading? In your situation, what I would do is have a trading journal. So I'll be writing down all the trades that I placed during the time that I lost the account. When you have a trading journal in front of you, that allows you to become accountable for your actions, okay? And what I would do is, by looking at my trading journal and analysing it, I'll be able to say, right, this is clearly the mistakes that I made. I'd write down how I felt about the trade. Look, I've got a free, it's completely free trading journal that I give out to people to help them. Nothing else to it other than that. If you're interested in having access to that journal, which has all the required fields in it, send me a message on Discord with your email address and I'll ping that over to you. Nothing else to it. All right? Amos F5K, you said you can backtest an EA. Well, no, you can backtest the strategy that goes behind the EA, right? And then you just need a good coder to actually produce the system for you. So it does require, quite sophisticated coding, because you do get bugs in bots and stuff, as anyone who's in that field does. Luckily, I've got a very average coder. He's like 5 out of 10, I would say. No, he's good. How many years have I been trading now? Pretty much since I was 18, to be honest. Yeah, if I go back to some of the things I did when I first started, yeah, man. But I've also, I probably got a different situation to most traders, because I'm professionally employed as an analyst for Forex. So yeah. Connor, I'm getting lots of questions. I like this. I'm just going to go back to the main screen. What's your win rate on the EA? So I've got 3 systems soon to become. On average, the win rate's about 30 to 35%. The DAX strategy is 40%. The S&P 500 one is about 35%. And the gold one was similar, 35%, something like that. Thank you for 1,000 messages on the stream. Appreciate that. What's the EA strategy? If I told you that, you just copy it. Look, the systems and the strategies are going to be available via my mentorship, which is going to be out very, very soon. Sorry if I'm missing questions, guys. I'm getting so many. I really appreciate it. I do apologize if I missed your question. I try and get through as many as I can, but there's other things to talk about as well. I'm currently not in a trade right now. Today I've been break even on the DAX trade, and I've lost 1% on gold, and the S&P 500 hasn't traded today for me yet. I told you how to get access to the journal. Also, guys, as well, just to let you know, we have currently got about 4 days. Well, how many days left in January? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got 6 days left to claim your Atmos funded discount from the stream. If you scan the QR code down here, you're going to get access to all of my social medias where I post content, different content some from the streams, other content as well, into all sorts of stuff. Just follow me on there, and also you'll see the Atmos discount we've got running at the moment. I think it's 20% off of standard or something like that, 10% off of instant funding. So you can get access to that discount by using code Connor and scan this QR code, and you'll get all the details on that as well. Why don't I have my Discord link on X? I thought I did. I'll check that out. Can an EA perform better than a trader? Why not? Yeah, it can. The giveaway, I'm going to announce the winners of the giveaway at the end of the stream. I have to say this again, that your stream quality is on a top level. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. As I just told you, Mohammed, I just told you the Atmos discount that you can get access to by scanning the QR code. We are broker-backed firm with, quality support and stuff like that. So, we don't give away any prop firm that's giving you challenges for like ridiculously low prices. They are often the ones that end up shutting down and stop people paying out. Like, I have no issue with paying top price for like FTMO prices, which are notoriously fairly high, but you get no issue with payouts. Yeah, so I'd rather that. I'd rather pay an extra $100 for an account, but know that, and not have that stress and worry that the firm's going to shut down. Yeah, Forex is good with withdrawals as well. We've got a fantastic team of account managers who can help you with your account setup. We've got tutorial videos on the Forex YouTube channel as well if you're interested. And we try to process the withdrawals within 24 hours. Let's go to chart. Yes, probably a good thing to say. Sorry, I've still missed loads. Yes, Dev Mikos, my EA as my risk reward on the EAs isn't lower than 3-1. Yes, guys, sorry, I'm going to have to go on to the charts now. Thank you for the questions. We will do more interactive sessions. I'll be doing more streams and stuff to answer people's questions. But I can't answer them all. I can't answer them all. Right. The other thing I wanted to quickly point you in the direction of for today is we have massive mega tech earnings coming out. That will impact the NASDAQ. That will impact the US stock market this week. On Tuesday, ignore that. On Wednesday, we've got Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla all releasing their earnings reports. Last week we had Netflix, and it was fairly strong. If that trend continues, then we should see more upside in the stock market, particularly if Jerome Powell comes out alongside that and doesn't say too much about the jobs market and the risk to the downside in the jobs market. Okay, that's a perfect recipe for stock market upside today. So I'm on the lookout for that. I always am, to be honest, because stock market is primarily bullish. I don't try and call crashes. We also on Thursday, just a small matter of Apple releasing their earnings report as well. So as you can imagine, across Wednesday and Thursday, we've got Fed, we've got earnings from Tesla, Microsoft, Apple. So it's going to be a big one, guys, this week. And then, of course, that wraps up the month. So we do have end of month flows as well. So there's going to be a lot going on this week. I'm expecting it to be very, very busy from Wednesday. Probably not from now, but from Wednesday. So Wednesday evening stream should be a good one, to be honest with you. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. Let's have a look at the NASDAQ then. As you can see, pretty much stuck in a range at the moment. But as you can see as well, we did have a bearish fair value gap from last week, which was filled and exceeded. We came back, tested, and now we're moving higher again. What's interesting to see, yeah, I like this. The gap from over the weekend, the theme of the day is just, we had a big gap lower. It's been filled and more. It doesn't surprise me, to be honest with you. I bet many people would have bought this dip. For me, I see where we are right now, this level. We've had this, the gap that was lower, which maybe took out a lot of retail buyers. So I could see the NASDAQ going higher from here. It is dependent on earnings. We might see some more choppy range-bound action. But generally speaking, the next target for me is the all-time high. It wouldn't surprise me. I can see the article already. When I close my eyes, I can see it. It says, stock market hits all-time high despite global uncertainties. The news love to scaremonger you, okay? I had this trap before, with things that were uncertain in the world, and there is uncertainty. People were saying, the stock market's going to do a 2008 all over again. And then it printed an all-time high 2 months later. So for me, it is what it is until it isn't, And at the moment, I see a bullish market. I see strong earnings. And I see a stock market which can potentially hit all-time highs. So I'll be on the lookout on the lower time frames for any dips in this market which we can buy. Like you see, like these sorts of ones. This is what you do in the stock market. Sometimes I just trade it with my eye. We fell 0.6%. in a matter of minutes on Monday, on today's session, and we've already pretty much recovered it. So if we do get another big drop, if I fall into an area of support, which I can't actually really see, to be honest, there isn't one actually from SMC. Probably this zone here. If we go from here, as in we break this high, okay, we break this high, I'd look for a pullback into that area and then trade it higher again. Do I use EAs or self-trade too? To be honest with you, this year I'm going fully automated. I will give my opinion out. Like if I had the time to manual trade, this is what I would do. But I'm not going to lie to you and say I'm putting skin in the game with these trades that I'm marking out. I would love to, but I simply don't have time. I do already have an S&P 500 bot which goes long only, so it does catch these dips. So I will be with you in some capacity. But yeah, I'm going fully automated this year to see how it goes. So that's my view on that. I know someone asked me about the euro dollar as well. I will take a look at that just now. Euro dollar gapped higher on the back of a weaker US dollar. You can see that what actually happened on euro dollar is we come pretty much up to last year's high. Okay, so it wouldn't surprise. I know we were looking at dips in dollar yen to buy, but it wouldn't surprise me. In fact, we're already there on euro dollar. Look at this. You know what I'm going to say, because I said it about 10 times on this stream. Gap has been filled perfectly now. Also, the low of the day has been wicked. We're now in the US session, which means we should get some good volatility. I would personally be looking to go long on euro dollar from here. Obviously, it's up to you what you would do, and I would target last year's high as a take profit area. I get this question a lot. FX Usher, thank you for the question. What's your views on over trading? News trading, sorry. Should I trade it or should I stay out and let the market calm down a little bit? I use fundamental analysis to give me my bias. right? So I wouldn't necessarily use it for, oh, interest rates are lower, let's sell the dollar now, yeah? Because news can be very, very choppy and you get chopped out. So it's definitely good to wait to settle. But I use fundamental analysis to give me my, am I bullish or am I bearish on the dollar, for example? Why? Because of X, Y, Z. Okay, now I've got a reason to go on the chart to conduct my technical analysis and execute accordingly. So it just gives me, it when when you go onto a chart, it's 50-50, right? You buy or you sell it. With the fundamental analysis, it removes that and tells me to buy it or tells me to sell it. It doesn't tell me the entry price, but it gives me my fundamental bias on the whole. No, I won't stop the streams. The streams are going to be, we're going to be doing even more streams. I'll be doing two of these like free sessions on YouTube per week, and also be doing 2 premium closed door streams for my premium students, should we say? Bitcoin, did it hit the area I said? Oh, look at that. It did. That was a nice trade from last week. I've literally got it mapped out here. Look, small range in, wiki consolidation, low volume, breakout of the trend line. It did, to be fair, it did come and take out the high. Basically, probably took out anyone who sold it from here, but it came for a re-entry and then moved lower again. So Bitcoin for me still looks like it's hanging on. Look at that daily candle as well on Friday. We could be, this looks like a retracement into an opportunity to sell this even lower. And it wouldn't surprise me if we come down and test 81,000 with the technicals that I'm seeing. If we close the day strongly, all right, and we see that reversal candle and we start to see it, ticking back up towards 90, I'd say, oh, maybe that was it. Maybe it was just that. And then we can class this as a higher low, and then we can look to trade that back up to 98,000. All the details on the mentorship will be released in the coming weeks. Okay, we're really, really close now. The way in which it's probably going to work, so this could change, is that obviously we have like the free mentorship, which will have like the generic course on there, and then if you want access to my strategies or my one-to-one coaching or anything like that, that comes as an additional. If you if you wanted access to the strategies, then that would automatically put you into premium status, of course, and then you'd be able to get the links to join my private live streams where we trade the strategy, or we execute the strategy together, or we just have a chat about the markets or whatever like that, or talk about any of your issues that you're having and try and sort them out. So yeah, and also people probably say, "Oh, I bet you're going to charge thousands for that." No, I'm paid a salary to be an analyst, so yeah, I'm not charged. Well, it's not even up to me how much we charge. It's up to the people above me and the brand. I'm just paid to be the mentor. So the premium, it will be easy to join. Basically, I think we're even going to do a thing where if you've got like $100 in a Forex account, then you get access to it anyway for free. I'm not sure about limited spaces yet. We'll see what the demand's like when I release it. People might not want to do it, and that's fine. Okay, good stuff, people. How much are you going to charge for the EA? If I'm being honest with you, I actually can't give the actual EA away there won't be a price. Well, $1 million might do it, but there is no price on it really, purely because if you take the EA off me, or I give you a copy of it, and then you go and execute on a prop firm, which I'm using the same EA on, it's going to detect in their system that classes as copy trading or group trading, and we'll both be banned. We'll both lose money, and you'll come to me and moan because you've paid for an EA which has got you banned. And I don't want that. The way in which it will be able to work for you is if you have the EA on a copy trader, where you can hook your account up to my master account on Forex, and then you can hook up to those strategies if you wish. And then if you want to manually copy some of them over on your prop firms, that's up to that's at your own discretion. Quick last update on any trading opportunities. I'm not seeing anything that's being executed. I'll just quickly show you the DAX strategy. As you can see, I sold here. It did come down to 1-to-1 risk reward. If I where is it? Sold here. It did come down to 1-to-1 risk reward and then came and stopped me out at break even. Lucky it did, because as you can see, it's continued to go higher. And one of the rules I've got on the bot is if I get stopped out at break even on a trade, it doesn't tag in the opposite side. So that's why I'm not in the buy. Okay then, people. I think that pretty much sums it up for a breakdown of this week. Lots of potential trading opportunities there for you. Be careful, we might see some range of markets until Wednesday. We should then see an explosion of volatility as we head into the end of January. I'm looking forward to seeing the back end of January, and I'll release my statistics on my strategies and systems to you all, because I do that for myself anyway, and I'm always open and transparent on it. So yeah, I'll be covering the FOMC decision live on Wednesday evening. It's 11 p.m. for me, so do excuse me if I fall asleep on the stream. But come, please join. I'm going to be giving away 100k in Atmos funded challenges. As I said, if you do want to get access to exclusive discounts, then just simply scan the QR code here. And that just leaves me to say, I hope everyone has a fantastic week of trading. Trade well, trade safe. And I'll see you all for the stream on Wednesday, which I'm going to schedule in a minute. And the giveaway winners I will announce on Discord in about 10 minutes' time. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.